Oh man. So if you actually see on my screen here, Klay Thompson said that Reggie Miller as the greatest shooter ever. Terms Reggie Miller as the greatest shooter ever. So I think this is shades. This is an attack or whatever you call this. This is something not really nice to hear when you are a Steph Curry fan, right? If Klay Thompson, former Golden State Warrior key players, won 4 championships with Stephen Curry, and he said that, and he's saying that Reggie Miller is his greatest shooter ever. It's an actually a slap to Stephen Curry, yeah. You know, Stephen Curry is one of the reason why you have that 4 championship. And Stephen Curry, one of the reason why he had that 4 championship is because of Klay Thompson. All right, but we can't deny that Stephen Curry is more clutch than Klay, and we've seen how many times Stephen Curry's take those winning shots and being clutch, you know, and he surpassed Reggie Miller for the most the most number of 3 points that he made, you know. And this is something so serious when Klay Thompson said this, saying that he actually considered Reggie Miller as one of the greatest shooter ever, rather than Stephen Curry, his former teammate and his friend actually. So I think I smell something fishy here. I think there's something, there's a beef going on between Stephen Curry and Klay, and I hope, you know, it will not go further and become serious. You know, I hope it's not that big deal though. But and we understand that Reggie Miller was a legend, you know, an OG, and for him to say that he's the greatest shooter ever. But you know, when you say greatest shooter ever, me myself actually I will be considering Stephen Curry as the greatest shooter of all time. And what greatest shooter of all time when it comes to threes, right? Because if you're saying greatest shooter, Michael Jordan is also a shooter. Larry Bird is also a shooter. So you can't just say shooter in all parameters like twos or threes, but you know, I'm talking about only threes here as the greatest shooter ever, and I'm talking about Stephen Curry as the greatest 3-point shooter of all time. You know, and if I'm going to compare Stephen Curry to Reggie Miller, I absolutely going to be on Stephen Curry's side. So I don't know what's going on here, why Klay Thompson is being like this. Is actually taking shades to Stephen Curry. If you know you've been a teammate for how many years and you're saying this, this is some kind of insult to Stephen Curry. If I'm Stephen Curry and if I'm gonna see this comment from Klay Thompson saying that Reggie Miller is his greatest shooter of all time and not him, it's a big insult, right? Because we know that even if I say that I watch 90s, I still consider Stephen Curry as the greatest shooter, 3-point shooter of all time. Okay, so I don't know what's going on here between Klay and Stephen Curry. There's something I don't know. I don't want to get this further, but you know, comment below if you think there's something going on between Klay Thompson and Stephen Curry. All right, thank you.